I don't know, but there's like on like a few weeks ago, we won a major victory at a school committee meeting, which they were pushing to make this decision to vote on whether they were going to go into this zoning or to you know, well, to push their zoning plan to vote on the 24th of this month. But we mobilized the community, a lot, you know, parents who were against, like, parents who wanted access to bilingual programs for their children, parents who might live on a poor part of town, and but they were looking for access to two-way bilingual programs, and they were there to say that since those programs aren't available in our community, you can't lock it into another part of town. You know, parents who want, you know, access to programs for their parents who have their children who have special needs, you know, special education. You know, they were asking for the same type of access, and you know, we had youth from like high schools who like, particularly one high school of that has a lot of first incoming students of Haitian descent who were demanding you know, equal treatment, and you know, they were demanding that the teachers who provide support, like bilingual, teachers who speak Creole, Haitian Creole, and also English, who could teach them in both languages to help them to, you know, get the most out of their education. They wanted for these teachers not to be among the ones who are being laid off, because there are like hundreds of teachers are being laid off this coming year, and a lot of them are teachers of color who, you know, and there are requirements in law, requirements by law that Boston and Massachusetts have to provide, you know, a certain percentage of teachers of color, and though they're not compliant right now, they're still ready to lay off hundreds of, you know, a bunch of these teachers, which is not fair. And so, you know, we were able to get the community together. A lot of the support, a lot of force and energy came from, you know, the school bus drivers who are also parents and, you know, within the community. That's one thing that the city tries to do when they're talking about the transportation. They say, you know, they make it seem as if bus drivers and, you know, that workers aren't parents who have their children in the school system. So, you know, when they're ready to lay off hundreds of, like, I think the school bus drive, there are like 800 school bus drivers across the city, and when they want to mobilize to, you know, save the transportation, they're not only saying that it's a fight for, you know, fight for their jobs, but it's also fighting and trying to get parents to know that, you know, their job helps to, you know, provide access to education. But like, okay, let's talk about this involvement. All right. Like, I've been trying to work with those youth, those high school youth, and also those just school within students within the other different levels to understand that, you know, just try to help mobilize them to fight for their demands, because access to education helps them to, you know, it's not, you know, they're students, you know, they're not getting paid to be in school, but, you know, the way the system works is if they don't have just a high school diploma at minimum, they're locked out of a lot of opportunities for work. And we try to remind them that, you know, that the same time that, you know, opportunities to jobs are being lost, they're increasing, like, you know, the presence of police in their communities, but also the presence of military recruiters in their schools to recruit them, to say, you know, though, you know, you couldn't do well, you couldn't get through high school, or you couldn't, you know, get into college, the military, you know, they're trying to argue that the military is an opportunity for them to make a career out of themselves. So we're trying to, you know, help mobilize them in that terms, and like, you know, also a lot of the, you know, trying to bring to light that, you know, a lot of, you know, with the conditions of immigration, you know, a lot of the immigrant students who, a lot of them that I've been working with at that school, it's called CASH, which is Community Academy for Social Health, Science and Health. But you know, a lot of immigrant students aren't going on to college, and you know, that's an issue that, you know, needs to be addressed. But if they're not being prepared in the programs and, like, you know, being limited that way, you know, they're not. What are they gonna be doing then? They're gonna. There's gonna be, you know, the prison population is gonna rise, you know, and you know, it's already rising, and they want the prison population to rise. So, like, you know, those are the things we try to do, and like to remind young people that, you know, that's why, you know, the fight against the budget cuts and all these other programs is their fight too, because you know, and their fight for education is very important. But yeah, I'm sorry. But thank you for listening.
Thank you, John. Thank you.